This is Adam on behalf of the Mindful Warrior, Pure Mind, and the Chicago Creative Collaborative Collective. Like us on Facebook. Those are 3 different groups. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about how to build a meditation bench from a plank of wood. And you might say that, and this works for some people actually. A lot of people can get into full lotus or half lotus, or can sit seiza for long periods of time, but I just can't do it. There's a stigma. There's a joke about running their community. I mean, for us Westerners, we just basically don't have the flexibility. I don't know how those tiny little men curl into the positions that they do, and that's fine. You know, it's not necessarily about how you do it, because there's important points about posture, and that's all it comes down to is posture. And what you're doing is, as near as I can tell, and I've never had a teacher, which is why we're here. This is one of the reasons why we're here, because I've been trying to figure out this rubbish by myself for so long. But there's 2 things, as near as I can tell, and one is the alignment of the spine. The best metaphor that I've heard for it is that you need to align it like a stack of coins. And if you could imagine your vertebrae, your spine, don't overdo it. I mean, it has to fall now. It has to fall. You got to be able to plop into it, but you need to be able to put your weight, the weight of your upper body, anyways, on this stack of coins. And when you do that, you'll create a natural. You have more room to breathe, because by doing that, it opens up instead of being with poor posture, anyways. You basically all of your organs are pushing under. But by orienting the weight onto the stack of coins, there's no obstruction or constriction on the freedom of breath, which is the most important thing to what we're talking about. So those tiny little men can get curled up in their tiny little position. You can if you can do a full lotus and hold yourself up, good, great. I can't, and I'm here with the solution. This is for the people, and it's turned me off for so long from doing it, because it's such a. I've tried. I do pillows, I do blankets, I do absolutely anything and everything to prop myself up. And I can't, my legs just end up, I can't win the battle. I just can't win the battle. It's not like I have poor circulation or anything. It's none of these things. It's just, I can't do it. And the numbness and the pain in my legs after a 45-minute sit, it makes it almost not worth it. So I'm here if you have the same problem, if you happen to have the same problem, I'm here with a solution for you. And it's called a seiza bench, and you can make it from a 3-foot plank of wood that you might have lying around. Now, I think it's up to you how nicely you want to treat the object. Seiza is a Japanese. Let's talk about seiza. Seiza is a Japanese term that is, well, near as I can tell, it might be in Chinese, but it's written with this one's the Japanese version of it. Seiza means to basically sit correctly. My characters I just wrote it real quick to do this stuff, so they're not calligraphy beauties, but it means the one on the left is to correctly sit, and they call it seiza. And you'll see it's pretty prevalent in Japanese culture. When people do the tea ceremony, seiza is the way of martial arts. Seiza is everything. Formal events, anything where you need like stand up straight, chest out. You know, like we don't have rules about sitting in the States, because it's not the States, in the West, because we got chairs. So there's just not really. I mean, you want to sit up straight and everything. So they call it seiza, and it's just basically the established way of how to sit in Japan. So we're going to use this bench it kind of replicates the posture, but this is what the posture is going to look like. What it does is it allows you to get that stack of coins effect, and also the room for breathing, but without putting any of the unnecessary weight on your legs. So this is a way out. So let's talk a little bit about how the object is made. Here we have my 3-foot plank of wood. I've done the cutting so far. It's 2 cuts. It's 2 cuts. So you can go ahead. I got oak because I plan on treating this thing nicely. It's another way out for me. And so there's a couple tools that you're going to need to put it together. One being a saw, but or take it apart. But you'll see there's 2 cuts made in a 3-foot plank of wood. One at 5.75 inches in, and then another 7.25 inches in from that. And what that does is give us the slanted effect, because the bench, the way that the bench is designed is that it's not a level surface. It's not a level surface in the least bit. It's actually slightly slanted, and that's for your posture. That opens up your abdomen so you can get your belly out and the breath in, and then out. So you make 2 cuts. You make 2 cuts on a 3-foot plank of wood, and I don't know if I can outline it any more simply than the way it is right there, but I found that this is enough clearance, because at the low side, you're going to have 5.75 inches of clearance from the ground to where the bench piece connects to the legs. And it's just an inverse. That's all it is, just an inverse. And then that's the remainder. The last piece is actually going to end up being the bench part on which you sit. So I'm gonna go through. I've got some wood glue. Some people use reinforcements. They'll put them on the insides of the outer 2 pieces to stabilize it a bit more, give some more support. I got oak, so I figure I'm going to be all right with a sturdy enough wood, and it should be able to take the screws because it's a real thick wood. I don't know if pine looks nice, but I don't know if it can take the pressure of a sieve. So I got some wood glue, and I got my screws, and I got the drill. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot and put this thing together. Keep you posted on the progress. It's not bad to design it with intention, because one of the things that a lot of people are missing in this world is doing something with intention and like fulfilled, like a lot, because it's so fast anymore, right? Everything moves so fast anymore that everything just becomes a means to an end. You hear more and more, oh, I'm busy. Everybody's so busy. Everybody's so busy that they don't even have time to dedicate the right effort to the things that they're doing, because they're spread so thin. And to quote Tolkien, like butter over too much bread. So, alright, so we've got this marked here. So I'm just doing this. What I wanted to say was I'm just kind of making it because it's going to be for my my rear. I'm going to be putting my keister on this, and I might do like a pattern on it or something. I don't know, but if you don't have to make it perfect, but do it right enough that the object you're able to assign a certain amount of meaning and uniqueness to the object, because you actually, it contains a piece of you. You see, your right effort. You didn't just for lack of a better word, half-ass it. and then you got a lousy, you got something that's really lousy, and then it doesn't work, and then the whole notion is lost upon itself. But if you do have something, if you put that right effort into it, then yeah, especially actually just decorating it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put I don't know what I'm gonna do. Paint. I have no idea. Patterns, wood burn. Yeah, that's what I want. Wood burn meditation bench. So you can see the way that I've got this set up right now. I had it marked at 2 inches on either side, and then I put the wood on the inside of the marks. So what I'm going to do now is apply the wood glue, because I'm lousy at cutting. I went through a couple saws. Unfortunately, I don't have nice tools. So I had to buy a saw for this very purpose, but in the end, I ended up with a saw as well. The universe works in funny ways. It's like, I gotta start meditating more. Well, here's a saw. Oh, I see. But I did have to buy a saw. So I've got a fair amount of wood glue on this. Actually, I'm gonna just go nuts. We'll see if this helps out. Because again, people do put supports in on this. They'll put things underneath it, or other pieces of wood. You can use your imagination. I've seen all sorts of designs, but it's for the purpose of stabilizing the thing. And I'm just gonna go buck wild on wood glue. And a couple of deep screws. I forgot to mention this before, but this is 8 by 10. This plank is, I'm sorry, 8, totally escapes me now. 8 inches. It's 8 inches, 8 by 1. 8 by 1 plank of oak. 3 foot, 8 by 1 plank of oak. This is the rough cut. Ain't she a beaut? A craftsman, I tell you. God. What a mess. Alright. I think I used too much wood glue, but I don't care. Maybe the thing has a less chance of falling apart while I'm sitting on it. But wouldn't that be good? In like a real deep sit, the thing just collapses on you. Alright, we'll be back after the glue dries. I'm going to put the screws in. Alright, we're back. The glue has set, and now I'm going to proceed. I've marked off on the wood where I'm going to be putting the screws in. Centered it up on either side, so I've got black marks where I'm going to be putting the screws in. I figure 3 will do the trick. This is kind of my own way of doing it, so I'm gonna try this again. It worked out. This is much CTV, so after you get your screws in, with any luck, between the wood glue and your awesome construction job, it will be stable. So thanks for joining us, and happy meditation.